Test, 1, 2. It's Sunday, March 24th here at Iceline and Rink 3. And boy, do we have a special one for you tonight. This is the Kennett Middle School Championship game. Right here with our good friend Kevin Mott running the camera as always, and with Mr. Neiman. I'm Ed Henry.
Thanks for having me, Ed. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. This is going to be fun. So give us a little background on how we got here.
Yeah, it's been an exciting season for Kennett this year. So, you know, obviously, you know, the high school's had a whole lot of success. The middle school actually finished the regular season in first place. So they've come through the playoffs. They actually faced Rustin earlier in the playoffs and fell just short by a goal. And they came back. So middle school playoffs is double elimination. And sure enough, that gave us the chance to come right back. And we fought through a number of games to get back in this position. On Thursday night was our last game. We played Rustin again, and we beat them 1-0 in a battle of the goalies there. So two great goalies here, two great teams. We should be in for a good one tonight.
All right, both teams are out there getting their pregame skate on. Only a few seconds left as that clock ticks down. You know, one of the things that from doing all the high school games that stands out, and I forgot what it was like, the size difference of players at the middle school level. Oh my goodness.
Wow, we really are at quite the disparity here. So as you look over at the Kennett bench right now, you can see in the edge of your screen there, Connor Tinney. Connor's an 8th grader for us. He's 6'3". He towers over the coaches. Most of the players come up to his waist. So
Yeah.
he's a great force on the ice, been a great player for us all year. You can see out there Pruckmeyer as well. Matthias has been another dominant force for us, our second biggest player on the team. But you know what? It's not just all about size. We've got a lot of speed. We've got a lot of young players. So between them, we have a number of 5th graders out here that have been significant contributors as well. So it's an exciting team and exciting talent coming up throughout the ranks.
And as you said, it's the Rustin Gold team that Kennett will be facing tonight. We've got the list. We've got both rosters, and since this is kind of my first time seeing a lot of these names, for anybody at home watching, I'm going to apologize now for any of the names that I butcher as we go along. So there's the whistle from the referee as he's trying to get them moving. For those who watch the high school games with us, a few changes. The first one you'll notice is that there are 13-minute periods, so game should be a little faster.
A couple other rule changes too. So no checking here on middle school. Doesn't mean that there's not a little bit of physical contact, but no checking throughout. And in this division, there are no slap shots.
All right.
All about player safety.
They'll come out to center ice. Puck is down, and we are underway. Here in the neutral zone, they'll dig for it. Rustin will push it back at center ice and look to come into the Kennett end. They'll just dump it in.
It's great to see all the 8th graders on the ice. So we started all our 8th graders. We have one that unfortunately is out for injury today, but it's great to see them all start in this final game of their middle school.
From the line, opportunity goes right in front, and a quick glove save there from number 30, Mason Figueroa. Flashing some leather early in this one.
Like we said, it's going to be a battle of the goaltenders here, so that's very apparent at the very beginning there. So great save by Mason.
So as we just mentioned, that's Mason in the net for Kennett. On the other side, that's number 23, Peter Gaffney. As Kennett makes their way back in, that's Pruckmeyer, who tried to come in but got cut off by a few, and they force it, and Rustin will head the other direction. Bumped there at the line. Pruckmeyer gets it to the line but not out. In with some speed, in towards the net. It gets deflection and ends up going in. And Rustin will get the first one in here.
Looks like that was Galloway. Drew first blood here. So they're up on the board, but I will assure you that Kennett's not going to back down here.
So yeah, from this angle, you can see it looked like it caught a defenseman skate just in front, which it's always one of the things that'll fool any goaltender.
So we've got a good mix on this line. We've got Tenney, big Tenney on the on center here, and then our two wingers are fifth graders.
So up along this side, there's Tenney, as you mentioned, cuts to the middle. He'll get a few sticks on it. He'll put one towards the net. That one gets deflected and goes behind. Working for it there's Sean Hufford. He'll go up to the point. Tries to get it in, but good defensive play by Rustin, and they're able to turn it over and move the other direction. Put it from center ice. There's a familiar player for you.
Lily down in the corner, picking it up.
Active sticks in the middle. Kenny's able to force it out to the middle. Get some help from Thomas. Good feed. Hufford gets checked at the middle. He gets to it, and he'll dump it in and head off on a change. That's Luke DiBattista. Gets it up to the line. Neiman kept it in, hits a player, comes right to Pruckmeyer, makes a nice move in the slot, backhands, and it goes wide. From the near side boards, they'll poke at it here, and Neiman gets a stick on it, and she'll just put it back in deep once again. Facing across, that was Mason Shrouds. Rustin will jump on it and head the other direction. From the corner, they try to center it. Active stick keeps it out of harm's way. Nice work there to go up along the boards. Rustin's able to push it back in momentarily before Kennett can move it out to center ice and down.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Bruckmeyer cut it off at the blue line, steps in, takes the shot.
What a
and
save.
And a big save by Gaffney. Keep his team up by one.
Uh-oh, looks like we have Mr. Culp going to the box here, I believe. Did his stick actually get caught in the toque of the skate there?
I didn't see.
Just a little trip. Looks like we're going to go down for a minute and a half here. Trying to make a competitive play on the puck, but just caught his skate, unfortunately.
So Rustin will get a power play opportunity here. Just a little over 10 minutes to go in this first period.
Luke Westerman for the puck.
Good work to move it out to center ice and down. Good pressure, they'll move it through the neutral zone. Rustin gets in the Kennett line, gets caught up there. Nice play. He'll play it off the boards to himself and force it down.
It's nice to see a big body like that be able to have nice hands as well.
Another good defensive play, trying to take some time off as there just under a minute left on the power play for Rustin.
Great hold by Luke Hufford there.
Shot on edge, rolls in. Puck rolls and wow.
Somehow Mason got that underneath him. That was a rough deflection, but he got it under his pad and kept it out.
Woo. Dangerous play there in front as puck was on edge. Defenseman just tried to come in and pick up the puck, but just touched it enough to deflect it, and luckily Mason's in a good position to keep that from finding the back of the net.
Hopefully that's going to be a momentum changer here for Kennett.
Good play off the draw to chip the puck all the way down. Caught up at the Rustin blue line. They'll go all the way across the ice, but right there is Knox Thomas. All the way up the boards. Culp from Rustin was able to keep it in. Good play. There's some of that speed you're talking about. Wow.
Miles Peterson is just full of energy. The kid gives all heart. He comes off, and you would think that, you know, he's got a heart twice the size of his body, just the way he's able to battle out there at his size.
Kick save there for Mason. I think that might have ended up going wide, but there's
Power
Peterson.
play's over.
In behind the nets, goes with a reverse. Good feed. They tried to center it, but couldn't quite get a stick on it, and Rustin's able to move it out to the middle. Good defensive work at the blue line, but it was number 98, Logan Rubin, who was able to put it in deep. Peterson gets it, uses the glass, gets a couple of weird bounces, but they're able to keep it in. Finally moved back out, it'll roll the other direction. Hufford tries to get there and gets enough to get a stick on it and keep it in the zone.
It'll be interesting to see Sean Hufford grow up over the years. He's in 5th grade and a heck of a player. Got a lot of skills behind him.
So from the circle, they'll roll one towards the front, but Mason will reach out, glove it, and get the whistle. So I know we're not quite to the point yet for looking ahead, but have any indication of how many of these 8th graders we might see on the high school team next year?
So we're looking for probably 3. We have 5 8th graders, and we've got 2 of them that look like they're going to go to school elsewhere, and 3 of them that are coming through the Kennett ranks. So we're hoping to gather them just as many as we're graduating.
All right. He tries to cut through, gets around one. It's checked off, but stays with the play. Up along the boards, Westerman's there. Push it back down low. Rustin on the loose puck, and they'll look to outlet.
Wow.
Good pass all the way across. Caught up in the middle, bouncing off the skates. He's able to bank it ahead. That's Slowick right there at the blue line.
Ethan's one of the 4-year veterans of this middle school team. He started in 5th grade with the club and has been with us ever since. We have 3 4-year veterans, actually. So between Matthias Pruckmeyer, Ethan Slowick, and Lily Neiman.
Battle forward after the face-off, comes right back to Peterson. He'll step around a few and gets it ahead, Westerman. He gets checked off of his stick. Harford will get it and put it in, but that will be offsides. We'll make a few player changes. Referee's going to move the face off to center ice. Puck goes in, but offsides is whistled once again, so they'll bring that back out to the neutral zone and drop the puck one more time.
So it's interesting to see the momentum shifts here. So far it's been pretty much all Rustin tonight. Kennett dominated the majority of the game the other night, so we'll have to see if they can find their step and get the stride ahead of Rustin for the remainder of the game.
Back in behind, Hufford worked on it, gets away from him. Rustin will center it. They'll try to put it through traffic, deflects a few times, and ends up going wide. Good feed out in front, but hits a body. Forced behind once again. Up to the point. Mason tried to reach out and get a glove on it, but just got away from him. Kennett jumps on the puck. It's pushed down from behind. Actually surprised they didn't call anything with that one. That game behind gets caught up in skates up to the boards. He's able to get a stick on it momentarily. They still work for it in the zone. Kennett to it. Shot towards the net.
What an effort by Shane Culp there. Deking around a couple of players and getting the shot off despite being knocked down. So great play, great effort, and, you know, love to see that from the players.
So offensive zone opportunity here for Kennett. Tinney in to take it. Down. Caught up in skates. They'll dig for it up to the line. Almost will roll it all the way down low. Rustin first one to it. They'll try to get it out. Kept in by Peterson. Stays with the play. Tries to center it. Doesn't make it to a player, but comes right back to him. Caught up in skates. Good play there to just backhand it down low once again. Rustin will try the other side, and nobody's there, so they're able to move it out. Peterson racing back to get it to it.
Icing on the play. So Ed, looking around tonight, normally at a middle school game you see about 10 seats full. We've got a couple hundred people here, I would say.
No, you've got a very good crowd here.
Certainly exciting to see everybody come out. I know that we've had a lot of support from the high school team. A number of players and families have come out, and it's really great to have the support for all these players.
Good face-off win there. Neiman takes the shot, but hits a Rustin player in the back before it made its way to the net. Even with it, good work around a few. Drops it to Tinney. Tinney gains the blue line, steps around a few, cuts the middle, gets there, and tries to tuck it in, but Gaffney stayed with him and denies him a scoring opportunity.
What a great save by him. I mean, he made the nice move across, the good push. Connor's got that long reach, but he stayed right with him.
That's what they always say with battles like that, whoever goes first loses. That goaltender did not commit. He stayed with it the entire way. Puck rolls in towards net. Gaffney will just dive out on top and take another whistle. Johnson puck rolls down low along the boards. Rustin will try to go the far side. Again, dangled up and skates. Back up to the blue line. Rolled to the middle, arm goes up.
Looks like we got a penalty coming against Rustin for body checking. So Kennett's going to go on the power play here for a minute and a half. So great effort. I think that was Venancio that took the hit, if I'm not mistaken. And I talked to his father before the game. And apparently he was inviting some family from both Portugal and from China to watch the game. So we may have an international crowd today.
Fantastic.
So great play, great effort. That drew and earned the power play here for the Blue Demons.
So man advantage here for Kennett. Face-off went up to the blue line and just outside, so offsides is whistled.
It looked like it might have still been on the line, but the referee said no, otherwise he's got the best point of view, so we'll take his word for it.
Stripes are never wrong.
Stripes are never wrong.
Face-off in the neutral zone. Rustin able to move it momentarily. Tinney on the puck. Bank it ahead. They'll work for it in the neutral zone. Tinney on it once again. Means the offensive zone player.
You see here on the power play line, we have both Bruckmeyer and Tinney out there. So normally there's only one of them out there at a time. Putting a little bit of power out there, see if we can put one behind the goaltender.
Puck towards the net, hits a body in front, second opportunity. Third, and Gaffney's able to hold strong and keep Kennett off the board.
I'll tell you what, Gaffney's on fire so far this period.
See if Kennett can solve his riddle, and then, you know, sometimes all you need is that one. Break the seal.
Absolutely, I'm sure the nerves are at a high, but...
Opportunity here for Rustin the other direction, breakaway. All the way in, takes the shot. Mason makes a huge save and then sticks it aside. Great save there from Figueroa. Kennett looks to go the other direction. Caught up in traffic. Rustin moves it back out to center ice. About 30 seconds remaining on the Kennett power play opportunity. Tinney steps in, gets around a few. They stay with him, and he'll just chip it down low. Bruckmeyer's to it behind the net. That gets knocked away from him. Rustin tries to go up to the circle. It gets hit, and they'll move it out through center ice and down. We'll have enough for icing, so Kennett will get an offensive zone draw with 8 seconds remaining on the power play.
We're going to have to watch the guy coming out of the box here, so that's always an interesting predicament. When you get that offensive zone face-off and the guy's coming out of the penalty box after, you just got to kind of keep the eye, because if they earn control off that face-off, that could be dangerous.
Puck rolls right into the slot. Rustin's able to keep it out of harm's way.
Looks like Neiman's got that spot covered.
There from the side of the net, ends up going behind. Been racing down to it. She'll muscle her way through in the corner. Get some help up to Bruckmeyer. Makes a few moves, tries to get out. Puck rolls behind, but he stays with the play. Back it up to the line. Steps in, takes the shot, hits a player in front.
Good stop there. I was afraid that puck was going to handcuff our D, but they were able to stop and push it the other direction.
Puck at the line, forced out to the middle. He'll just look to reset and gets it to a player at the blue line, but forced back the other direction. A couple of Kennett players get tangled up.
You know, Kennett's been out here for a long shift. They went out for the whole power play. We're well over 2 minutes, so we'll see what they put out next.
Bruckmeyer takes it off the boards, gets the shot, but it gets deflected wide. He'll head off on a change. The glass up to the line, but kept in.
Great hold bit of it by Venancia there.
Walk forward along the boards. Rustin tries to go out, hits a skate. Good opportunity for Kennett. Great backhand, but goes just up and over.
Sean Hufford, again, a heck of a player there. Great skills, great backhand, just a little bit high.
Comes right back to him. He's going to stay with the puck. He gets wedged off the play in the corner. Neiman keeps it into the point. Then off a player and out to the middle. Puck back in the zone, and unfortunately, it's just an automatic offsides at this level.
It sure is, and you know, that's an interesting rule, often debated, but when you get at too young of a level, sometimes you get players that just don't understand the rule, and it can really slow down the game. So at a developing level, I agree with it. At an elder level, I much prefer that delayed offsides.
So under a minute to play here in the first period. Nice move there by Bruckmeyer. Tries to make the final move, but puck gets taken off his stick, and they go the other direction. To the line, kept in. Meyer knocks it down from behind. Pulls it across to Peterson. Tries to pull it off the boards. Move to the middle and all the way through the neutral zone and down. Took down to the final few seconds here. This. Gaffney slides out to cover that up.
So 7.1 left in the period, Ed. At what point at the end of a period in an offensive zone draw do you pull your goalie?
I think the normal rule is what, about 3 to 4 seconds is the time that it takes.
Yeah, great shot there by Bruckmeyer.
Second opportunity, and another one goes just up and over as the buzzer sounds. So while Kennett may have given up an early goal, they've definitely taken the advantage here late in this first period.
The momentum did feel like we had a good shift there, so hopefully we can take it into the second period. So we are, as we get into the first intermission here, we are missing a few players tonight. So Elliot Kist is out for tonight's game, unfortunately, unable to make it to the game. Jack Showers and Liam Avedijian are, unfortunately, they've both had some upper body injuries for quite some time. So we wish them the best in the recovery. Liam is here on the bench, one of our 8th graders, so he's a newer player to hockey. So we're super excited to have him added to the team this year. Nice. Look forward to him coming along. You know, he's already got some great sports background, so he has that athleticism, and very, very excited to see what he can bring for the next few years into the high school team.
Both coaches given some last-minute instructions to their teams as they start to head back out. Here comes the referee. There's a good view of the full stands we have here.
So our viewers are probably pretty familiar with some of the sponsors throughout the high school, Go Green and Clean being one of them with the car washes. So certainly appreciate everybody's support there. But have you ever thought about Go Green and Clean sponsorship on a Zamboni?
No. I didn't even know that was an opportunity that was there. Peterson with some speed comes in, takes the shot from the angle, and reaching out is Gaffney to rob him. What a great move and shot.
A great effort by Miles Peterson. Again, he's got that zang, and he is still young and developing, but great energy, great heart for the game.
Face off win by Kennett up to Hufford. He'll put it towards the middle, gets by a few, but Rustin's able to force it off to the side. Kennett will roll it to the middle. Gaffney dives out, but didn't get to it. Goes right in front, but doesn't find the way over the line. Big shot there from the blue line, goes bouncing. Kennett is swarming right now. Work from behind, bounces in front, sits there. Second opportunity, still nothing. Kennett with another shot, gets deflected and goes up. Played with a high stick, and there's the whistle for that. Kennett with multiple opportunities, but Gaffney holding strong.
Wow, that puck must have just trickled across the goal line. It was hard to see from here. It certainly seemed like it was going to go in, but must have just stayed out. So with the high stick violation, that puck's going to come all the way back down to Kennett's defensive zone. Hopefully they can pick that puck right back up and pick up on the momentum that they just had.
So Kennett wins the draw. Neiman goes behind the net. Chip it up, and Tinney will grab it. Tinney with some open ice will streak through the neutral zone, cuts to the middle, gets around a few, gets all the way in, puck rolls there, they dig for it, still in the blue paint and loose. And finally, Gaffney will reach out and cover up.
So Kennett's loading up the shots. It's been a little while, I think, since we've seen one from Rustin. So we'll see if we can get this momentum shift continuing our way. I want to say we've probably had the last 8 or 9 shots in a row.
Good win back. He'll take the shot. That one gets deflected. Tinney will roll it towards the middle, but Rustin's able to get to it first, and they'll move it out. From the Kennett line, they'll backhand it in. Behind the net. Roll it up for Shroud. Just got away. Bounces towards the net. Along the boards. It was Luke DiBattista who was able to roll it in, but Mason cover up and take the whistle.
So it's interesting watching these young goalies. One of the things you want to do as a goalie is minimize the amount of rebounds that are out there. So I think both of these goalies generally do a really good job of minimizing the rebounds. You don't see that a lot with the young goalies. It's just stop the puck, but they're doing a good job of stopping the puck and absorbing it as well.
Rolled around near side. Hoffman from Rustin was able to keep it in momentarily, but right on the Pruckmeyer with speed through the neutral zone. Makes the move, gets some space, gets in and scores!
Matthias Pruckmeyer, all season long, has been the leader of this team. Great to see him put one behind the net there with a nice toe drag.
Great view as he cuts around a few through the neutral zone, makes a move there, which is great, and then finishes it off with a goal to get this game tied up.
I'll tell you, one of the things I noticed on the clock is Kennett scored that goal at 11:11 to make it 1-1. Do you think that's a good luck sign?
If you believe in those things, but I am not the superstitious type, so.
I'm not sure how you can be associated with hockey and not be superstitious.
I've been asked that many, many times. So. Battle for it at the neutral zone. Tried to get it to Pruckmeyer, but he got swarmed by a couple of jerseys. Hufford gains the zone. Good look to try to go all the way across. Was deflected, but still made it there. Thomas gets it through right back to Hufford. He's got a few too many, but oh, great opportunity down low. Just a tough angle and hits the side of the net.
It's great puck movement. You don't always see that with a middle school team. There's always, we talked about the size disparity, which can lead to certain players taking the puck up the ice, but it was great to see the movement with Kennett players.
One of the big things, too, especially with, well, you were talking about the goaltenders. Great feed to the middle. Oh, just knocked off of Thomas, but Pruckmeyer had an opportunity, but again, couldn't settle the bouncing puck. Was how the goaltenders normally at this level don't absorb those rebounds. But the other thing, too, with Hufford, like that puck's on his stick. He's looking to see who he can pass to. You don't get a lot of that at this level either.
I've had the pleasure of watching Sean Hufford play since he was probably about 6 years old. And he, as a 6-year-old, was competing with the 10U players in the same ice. And he was a dominant force back then. So we've seen him come a long way. I'm sure he and his brother Luke play all the time in the driveway and keep the skills up for both of them.
Puck down to the Kennett end, force behind. Neiman to it. Good work there to reverse and go the other direction for some open ice. boards to Slowick. He'll just chip it up through the neutral zone, bounces off a few players.
So Venancio had a couple of whiffs on the puck, got to regain the possession there. It's interesting to see our defensive pair out here has been on the ice a lot today already.
Nice bank there from Neiman, who's off the boards. Slowick redirected back out through the neutral zone. He was able to knock it down, comes right back to the Kennett blue line. Rustin moves it down low. Neiman's first to it from behind. Good read from Slowick to feed it to the middle. This one's got a few to work with. Tinney couldn't really gain the zone. He'd have been offsides. It's banked up to center ice. Rustin there. Jumped on the puck. Referee.
They're calling for off, but I think Kennett got back on side there before that puck crossed.
I agree, absolutely. Puck directed towards the middle. In the Kennett end. Through skates, Tinney's got it, got some space, tries to outlet, but ends up hitting a player.
High stick.
And it was played with a high stick, so I'll whistle that down and bring it the other end of the ice.
Absolutely, so player disagrees, but as you said, the stripes are never wrong.
Not at all. Sometimes it may seem like that from our perspective.
I mean,
but
I'm not
matter.
sure I've ever disagreed, Ed. At least not in the last 30 seconds.
Offensive zone opportunity for Kennett. They'll dig with it in the circle. Great play down low, and what a grab there from Gaffney. Kennett looking to take the lead, and he just reaches out and snatches it.
I'll tell you what, Mason Shroud's another fifth grader on the team here. Sitting backdoor, perfect spot, great pass. The goalie just made a heck of a save again.
In the middle. It's up on the stick. Rustin, they'll go for it at the blue line, but force right back out to the neutral zone. Into the Kennett end. Peterson gets the loose puck. Skates around a few, but that one gets checked off of his stick. Kennett with numbers looking the other direction, but not sure what the referee was whistling, because Bruckmeyer knew it, because he looked over and kind of let his foot off the gas. And was
so he called a penalty, a tripping penalty here on Miles Peterson. They had a little battle there, and the other player fell down. I guess he got a piece of his foot.
So Rustin Gold will get another opportunity in the power play in this tied 1-1 game. Face-off down to the Kennett end. Rustin ends up winning that face-off up towards the blue line. Try to put it towards the net, knocked down. He tries to get it out, but Rustin's able to keep it in. Puck rolls in towards the net. Figueroa's able to stick it aside. Back out in front, Tinney gets to it. Can't get it out of the zone.
It's so important on that penalty kill to make sure you just clear that puck. Get it out of the zone, allows your defense to reset, kills some time off the clock, and gets you closer to being back to even strength.
Hufford, active stick, keeps it in, almost got a play on it. Rustin will head the other direction. They battle for it at the blue line. Rustin gets the shot towards the net. Figueroa makes the save. Body's down behind, ends up on the stick of Tinney. He's got some open space, and he'll just lift it and roll it down. All the way down.
Icing, but a good clear for Kennett because, you know, as you know, at the middle school level, not like the NHL level, on that icing you are still allowed to change. So our defenders were out there for a minute 3 on the kill. Have a fresh set out here with the opportunity to keep the score even up until we get back to even strength.
And I think one of the other things to note on that is that you can commit an icing on a penalty kill.
Yes, yes. We play by the youth hockey rules, which will, I understand, going to be adapted next year for the older ages.
Really?
I understand that the youth 14U and up are going back to a delayed offsides and allow it to be iced on penalty kills.
I don't know if I agree with it, but they didn't ask my opinion, so.
I'm still waiting for that phone call on rules, too.
Work in the corner. Kennett comes away with a loose puck. Will go into the middle, bounces off a few, and does working its way out. Penalties have expired, so.
No ice call.
Back to even strength. Good keep in the zone there. Puck rolled away from him. Rustin trying to get it out, and they will. Peterson from the neutral zone gets all the way across looking for Westerman.
I'd love to see those cross-ice passes. You know, Rustin's been doing a bunch. Kennett had a nice one there. It's a great opportunity to open up this ice.
Have to put it down low in front. Rustin tries to get to it, and they'll finally move it up and out of the zone. Good active stick. Pluckmeyer's got some open space. Pluckmeyer's got Westerman with him. Oh, I was looking to feed it to him. Too many to get through. Right back to the middle. Westerman's there. They dig for it. Ends up on his stick. But Rustin's able to get it behind the net, and they'll skate it back out to the middle.
It's a tough one for Westerman. He had his stick pretty well tied up and couldn't move it. But great effort in front of the net by him.
Meyer tried to outlet the Slowick, just missed him with that pass, and it'll go the length of the ice, and they'll whistle icing. So we are just under 5 minutes remaining in this tied second period. Shots have evened up a little bit in this period. I know Kennett kind of started to run away with it at the end of the first. Right now,
it's really been a back and forth game. So we've had more momentum shifts back and forth, but we're just going up and down the ice right now.
Peterson turns on the Jets, gets a few whacks at him, gets the shot towards the net, saved there by Gaffney. Puck sat in a slot, still does. Finally forced to the boards in front of the Kennett bench, and Shrouds is able to move it down low. Rustin tried to go through right to the middle, just out of the reach of Culp. Otherwise, he had a lot of open net to look at.
It was a great look.
Nice moves there in the middle. Finally forced in, but not deep. Rustin will just bang it right back out to the neutral zone. Tinney cuts that off, sends it over to Hufford. Hufford will just bank it into the middle. Was looking for Shrouds, goes off a few skates. Jeffrey will lift it up into the air towards the Kennett end, and they're able to keep it in. Towards the net, goes just wide. Ford along the boards, banked out in front of the Rustin bench, and they'll roll it back down low. Up to the point, kept in. Rustin goes to the middle. Peterson gets to the loose puck and is able to get it out. Good work. Puck rolls all the way down. No icing.
Full change by Kennett. You can see that Rustin's keeping that ice spread out. They kept one high, but they weren't able to get the puck up there.
Galloway comes in, and they're going to call a trip, but I don't know if I agree with that. But
I think he got some skate there, but you know, good battle. Unfortunately, he's going to go to the box for a minute and a half. Think about it for a little bit. Go back out and play hard.
So Rustin gets another power play opportunity here in the second. They look to untie this one. Shot there, right off the draw, but it ends up going up and over the net. Puck towards the slot, they'll work for it. Kennett's able to get a stick on it, and they'll send it all the way down the other end. Puck will roll and just have enough for icing. It was starting to die out at the end, but still made it.
We've seen a number of really, really strong backhands this game. So at the middle school level, that's not something that you always see developed at this point. That last one was just high. Peterson had a nice one coming in wide that the goaltender had to make a good save on as well. So really enjoying watching the skill of all these players.
Rolled around far side. Rustin's able to race over to keep it in. Shot from there goes wide. battle for it behind. Try to roll it in front. Good active stick from Figueroa. Ends up on Pruckmeyer. He's got two in front of him. He's going the distance. Gets around one. Stays with the puck. Opportunity. But once again, Gaffney uses his stick.
What a stick save that was. Because he had that little reach, and Gaffney just got that stick out just in time.
30 seconds still remaining on the power play. For Rustin, they'll put one that goes well up and over the net. Call up at the blue line. He'll roll it to the middle. Kennett's able to cut that off and get it out to the neutral zone. Tries it, comes back in. That's offsides. 15 seconds. Kennett still to be short. A little less than 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Off at center ice, Kennett gets it towards the Rustin blue line, but the other direction they'll go. Get in the Kennett zone. Able to muscle it out to the neutral zone. And there it is, time ticks off, back to even strength.
Oh, we got the man out of the box. Couldn't quite get it up though. Same thing we were talking about earlier. You got to watch that person coming out the back door. Kennett had the opportunity, couldn't quite get the puck up though.
Good work from Kennett to bank it all the way out to the Rustin blue line, but they'll go the other direction. Caught up in skates. Still digging for it, but forced out to the middle. Huffer, good pressure there. Stays with it, right out in front. Rolls in on net, but I think he's going to draw the penalty and get the hook, so Kennett looks like they're going to go to the man advantage.
What a play. What a play there by Hufford. That was all effort. He was behind the defender, was able to beat him around, pick up the puck, and draw the penalty. So Kennett's going to look to convert here in the last minute of the second period on the power play. They put their big line out. They've got Pruckmeyer, Tinney, Hufford earns his spot there, Peterson, and Knox Thomas over here on the D. So we'll see if we can put something together in the last minute to go into the third.
Battle for it after the drop, rolls to the corner. They'll try the other side. Peterson racing to it, but it just gets by him. Back out to the middle. Peterson to Thomas. They'll feed it up. That goes off of Tinney's stick. Galloway's to it, but he gets pressured by Hufford once again. Hufford with it, rolls it behind, finds Tinney's shot, gets blocked. Rustin will look to come the other direction. That's Jeffrey. Mouth guard rolls out. Mason Figueroa slides across, covers it up.
I'll tell you what, I thought that one was good. Sometimes you just get the feeling, and it looked like the bounces were going Kennett's way there, but a great player block, and puck bounces the other way. So we got 25 left in the period. That last minute of the period is always critical for momentum shifts.
After the face-off, puck ends up going towards the net. Mason will just cover up, and then they'll try that again. Rolls behind. Good work to push it out through the neutral zone. Pruckmeyer's racing to it. He's just got one in front of him as time ticks away in this second period. Go right up and out, all the way down. That'll go the length of the ice. It was tipped, so no icing. Roll it up the boards. Final few seconds will tick away. There's the buzzer. Ending this second period that is tied at 1. Kennett will have 32 seconds of power play remaining to start the third. We'll see what will happen as this one moves on.
So we talked about it. I mean, a great 2 periods of hockey. We've got one more to play. Winner take all here as we see the 2 goalies touch pads coming through. You know, it's some great hockey. You know, I think everybody associated with this very much appreciates everything that yourself and Brandywine Valley Sports and Recreation have put together to help this club happen for both the high school and middle school level. Now, I know Brandywine Valley Sports and Recreation also has some other sports under their wing as well. What are the things that they put together, Ed?
I know lacrosse was always one of the big ones that kind of started the whole program. I know that there's a summer camp program that will run out of the park right there in New Garden. I'll be curious to see. My son's been one of the camp counselors the last few years. They also do a handful of summer programs ranging from different sports, volleyball. They'll do other things with lacrosse. I know one year we actually got enough interest to do a street hockey.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up. I know you and I had a conversation about the long-term development of hockey. And, you know, one of the things that's difficult about hockey is just getting into it. You got to learn to skate. You got to get some equipment and everything. Hockey itself has some great opportunities for kids to get involved with equipment, but I think it would be great to see street hockey and or roller hockey come back to the area to allow the opportunity for more kids just to play the game.
Well, all I would say for anybody who's listening, if they have an interest, just let us know, because that's really the driving force. If we get enough people who are interested, we pretty much put anything together.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can, icehockeyKennett@gmail.com, I believe, is our email address, and let us know, and we can, I know you can email Brandywine Valley Sports and Recreation as well.
Kennett tried to gain the zone, end up losing the puck. Now they'll try again once again. Final few seconds ticked away. Shot finds the, oh, I thought that hit the corner and went in.
That one looked like it hit the back of the net.
That's what I thought.
The referees, the stripe says no, and like we said, they have the best view there.
So the power play is now over. Puck rolls around near side. Into the Kennett zone. Rustin tries to go up to the blue line, able to move it the other direction. Bruckmeyer to it. He comes in, he's got one in front of him, but good active stick to knock that away from him. Rustin the other direction. Gains the line, puts on the brakes. Gets some pressure. Good work to cut that off. Kennett's got numbers the other direction. If they move up to the line, that would have been offsides, but good way to stay on. Meyer's got a few to deal with. Gets to the, oh, it's Westerman in the middle, all alone, but just ran out of real estate.
What a pass that was.
Back to the middle. Second opportunity, bounces and hits a player in front. Kennett just chopping away everything but the back of the net. Bigford along the boards, playing it from his knees. Comes to the middle, still bouncing puck. Rustin's finally able to get the loose puck and move it out to the middle.
Battles along the near boards here. The teams are changing, players are coming out.
Center ice, good read there, puts it in deep. Rustin first to it behind their net. They'll go far side and look at outlet. Off a player. They work for it there at the blue line, gets by the defense. Neiman's got to race over to it. Good work to center it, but gets by everybody. Kennett looking to go the other way in transition.
Westerman coming up the ice here with Slowick. Good move across, finding some time and space.
Rolls it to the middle. Oh, goes right through the blue paint, but nobody could get a stick on it.
Kennett's had a number of opportunities here. Hopefully one converts here soon. Right now it's Rustin coming the other way.
Cuts to the middle. Opportunity goes up and over the net. Rolls towards the slot, comes up to the blue line. Rustin will try to put it in the middle, hits a player in front. Bouncing puck still in the Kennett zone. Whiffed on the first shot, rolls right down. Opportunity there, tried to outweight Figueroa, but ends up going up and over the net. Slowick, he'll be able to direct it back out to the neutral zone, towards the middle. Westerman gets swarmed by Rustin players, but just enough to put it down low, and will head off on a change.
And you got to love the energy of this game. Both teams are working so hard, battling. You can hear coaches on both sides encouraging the players. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Sends it over, comes right back to Hufford in the corner. He gets ridden off the play. Rustin tries to roll it to the middle, bouncing off a few players. Tinney puts it towards the boards, tries to get it down low. They battle for it there. Finally, it's Rustin. They'll move it out through the neutral zone. Peterson all the way across the other direction. Hufford able to step around one, leaves it for Tinney, takes the shot off the glove of Gaffney and out of play. So with that, I'm curious. I don't know if I captured it, but I tried to look to see right. Nope, just a little too late to see if that puck actually went in.
Well, that was close. It'll be something that'll be interesting to come across later.
Puck off the boards, kept in at the line, at least momentarily. Tinney will go back to his own blue line and bank it up ahead. Rustin tries to go the other direction. Kennett will roll it up the boards and look to come out. Wayward off a stick, stays in the zone. Try the other side. It's around a couple. Tinney will bank it out. Huffer goes in, steps to the middle, but was offsides.
Just a bit offsides, as they say in the movies.
Faked out everybody, including his own players.
Yeah, that's one of the tough spots. You know, as you teach players along the way, you certainly encourage them to get across the blue line first, because whenever you make that move, everybody makes that move across the line, and it creates offsides so many times. But many props to the defenders for making him make that move there.
Rustin, the other direction, tries to cut to the middle, gets hung up, put it towards the net, goes off a body. In the circle. Banked up to the line, but not out. Second opportunity, Kennett will bank head and go out to the middle. Shrouds gets in the Rustin end. Meyer bouncing puck, and finally Rustin moves it out to center ice. Off the glass and in. From behind the net, Rustin has it there. Roll it up towards their bench. Able to center it back out through the neutral zone. Quick speed up and through. Great opportunity, but Mason kicks out and makes the save.
Great play by Galloway there to get in towards the net. Fortunately for Kennett, a better save by Figueroa.
All the way across. He'll once again put it towards the net, but hits a body and stays wide. Puck caught up on the back of the net. They're able to knock it loose. Rustin will put it towards the net, but Figueroa will hang on to that, get the whistle, and both teams will make some player changes.
7-11 left in this game. It brings down the question of overtime. So I typically, you know, when I'm in the fans, I don't like to talk about it before the game's over, but, you know, if we come down to it, 4 minutes of overtime, 4-on-4. If it's still tied, then they play 4 minutes, 3v3.
Behind the net, Kennett will roll it up towards the boards and finally moves it out to the middle. Tinney's got it. Gets around one, cuts in front, takes the shot, and picks the corner.
No doubt about it on that one. Tinney was able to put that in the top corner. As soon as he heard that word overtime, he said, I don't think so. So Kennett takes the 2-1 lead. As you see the players come to the bench here, what a play by Tinney to finish that off.
Here's a look at it once again. Goes wide, cuts right back to the middle, and finds that top corner to give Kennett the 2-1 lead here in the third period.
That's a textbook play. Taking that puck wide, keeping it away from the defender, and able to cut around him and in. Great play.
Kennett's able to move it back out through the neutral zone. Rustin looking to go the other direction. Caught up at the blue line, but they stay with the play. Battle for it at the circle. Forced back out. Almost came in, would have been offsides.
Smart play by the defender there to regroup.
Hoffman checked as he was heading in the zone, still stays with it, tries to roll it to the middle. Good stick there from Neiman to keep it out of the way. Another great play to move it through the neutral zone.
She turned on the Jets there, but she's quick to regroup to come back to her defensive position to shut down the rush from Rustin.
Battle forward there in center ice.
Kennett's got numbers here.
Buckmeyer cuts the middle, takes the shot. Gaffney looks down to make sure he's got it, but he does.
He looked behind him, I think, there, but he did stop that. Another great save by Gaffney.
Shots are still pretty even. Kennett with a slight edge right now at 27 to Rustin's 23. But they've got the edge where it's most important at the moment. 2-1 is the score. Off the draw, Rustin goes the other direction. Peterson racing back to it. He's got one with him. Great move to stay with it. Bouncing puck does make its way out to the middle. Thomas on the loose puck, gets the zone. Taken off the play, but still the puck rolls in towards the net. Gaffney just dives out and covers up.
So it's interesting watching hockey. You asked, how many of the Kennett faithful here are coming up into high school. I know Rustin had some challenges themselves this year, so unfortunately they weren't able to put a team into the high school league. Hopefully we see them regroup pretty quickly. I know that's a challenge at the public level. The private level has a lot more availability to get the players in the hockey realm as they can pull them in. So would love to see them back in the league next year.
Banked up center ice. Good defensive play there for Kennett. They'll roll it back the other direction.
Ooh, so Rustin looks like they're going to get a penalty there. That's interesting because the player that had the puck, Kennett player came in for the battle and tripped over his stick, and Rustin's going to the box for a minute and a half for a trip. Might be a beneficial call there for Kennett on that one.
So Kennett will pick up a power play opportunity with just over 5 minutes to go in this third period as they look to try to add to their lead.
Rustin bench is pretty vocal that they disagree with that one.
Puck down, Rustin wins the face-off. They move it up and out through the neutral zone. Tries to dig the puck loose, had a few players to deal with. Offered from behind, he gets forced off the play. Up to the line, Galloway makes a couple moves, didn't see any open space, so just rolls it back down low. Peterson will pull it off the boards, didn't really have any room to work with, so he'll just send it the other direction. Bruckmeyer racing to it. Good pressure. Hufford off the boards. Nice look, trying to roll it to the middle. Kinney's with it, does the same thing. Peterson's got some space, takes the shot, but Gaffney sees it all the way and just gloves it.
He did a great job of coming out of his net there to get the angle on the puck. Great shot by Peterson. Good puck movement by Kennett. We're in for some good hockey here for the last 4:22. 43 seconds left on the penalty for Rustin.
Rustin will make some personnel changes. Face off down in their end. Good win for Kennett. Bruckmeyer takes the shot, hits a player, comes right back to him. Second opportunity, hits another player.
Rustin's done a great job of blocking shots tonight. They really are stepping in front of it, fearless. Kennett's bigger players, they don't mind. They'll step right in front of that puck.
Good feed, Bruckmeyer at the blue line. He's got two with him, but Tinney's joining the play. Gets it to him. Tinney takes the shot and picks the corner. Kennett takes the 3-1 lead with a power play goal here late in the third.
Kennett transitions on that power play. You were able to put both Bruckmeyer and Tinney out there, and those two make a play happen to convert.
That was great work as Bruckmeyer had two with him. Sees the streaking in Tinney, is able to feed it right to him. Tinney makes no mistake at finding that top corner.
Looks like Rustin took a timeout here, so they're feeling the pressure here in the last 4 minutes. They're going to go ahead and take it right now, try to settle down their team, and come back for the last four.
So I know you were talking about the car wash, but one of the other things too, especially as the season's coming up, things are getting warmer, and it's almost beach season. So whether it's getting in shape or staying in shape, High Impact Fitness is the key to your game. Conveniently located in Kennett Square, right across from the Go Green and Clean Car Wash. Kennett families and students can use the QR code on your screen for a special discount. It is a true 24/7 gym, so if 2 a.m. is your time to work out, you can come and work out at 2 a.m. You won't find me there, but come on and join us at High Impact, the official fitness center of Kennett hockey.
I'll tell you, my son and I have really enjoyed working out there. He was just there yesterday. or the day before. I forget which one it was, but he was poking me yesterday and said, "Dad, you want to go to the gym?" And I think I need somebody to actually buzz me with the stick to actually get me up yesterday. So
You need a little prod.
I didn't make it out. So if you can have an upgrade package to where it prods you when you're not going to the gym, that would be a great addition for myself.
All right, so here we are, face off at center ice. Rustin quickly gets it into the Kennett end as they realize that currently 2 down with under 4 minutes remaining in this third period. Tied up, Tinney will roll it around far side. Kennett will look to bank it up, and they get it out to the neutral zone.
A good move there.
Rustin gains the zone, cuts into the middle, gets around everybody, open space, and finds the corner. So Rustin says they're not going to go away that easily. And they climb back within 1.
That was a great move by Di Battista. Able to cut through, put that top corner. Kennett's been able to keep him in check most of the game, but he got away the once there. And we're in for a good one at the finish, right again.
So off the draw, heads down into the Kennett zone. Pruckmeyer is able to keep it in at least momentarily, gets knocked away from him, and Rustin will look to go the other direction. Caught up there, forced to the blue line into the middle. Good work, Kennett with numbers. They have a 2-on-0. Hufford's got it, rolls it across to Pruckmeyer, but he didn't really have much to work with a bouncing puck. Coming the other direction. Smarsky will roll it behind the net. They'll put it towards the net, goes wide into the corner. Kennett first one to it, and they'll use the glass to roll it through the neutral zone. Puck goes all the way down and will have enough for icing.
Looks like Kennett's going to put a fresh line out there. A lot of energy from all the players looking for these last couple of minutes here to bring it in. So if you are the Rustin coach, what's your thought on pulling the goalie?
My thought would be is I probably wouldn't look to do anything, at least until you're down to maybe the last, I don't know, under 30 seconds, and you have an offensive zone draw. Just because the way that this puck bounces, it could end up on Kennett's stick, and then you've got nothing but a wide open net sitting there. So Kennett's able to bank it up to the line, but Galloway's able to keep it in. Skate down low, gets some pressure there. It goes down on the puck, but ends up losing it. Tinney will bank it up, and will go. That'll roll on edge.
Oh, he's playing it.
Gaffney comes out to play it, so no icing. Rustin coaches are unhappy with something. Rustin in control. They'll look to go up into the Kennett end. Put it in towards the net. Mason will just cover up, and he'll take the whistle.
Looks like Kennett's playing one man deep. They only sent one person to chase that puck down there. Made a good play to poke it away and slow down the rush a little bit from Rustin. But they got to make sure they continue to keep that puck out of the zone, keep it out of pressure, eliminate the shot potentials here. Rustin was looking to make one more change. The referee said no.
Kennett takes it after the draw. They're able to move it up to the neutral zone. Thomas trying to race to get to it. They'll go the other direction. Galloway with speed.
Looks like Rustin screaming for a hook there, but they're not going to get it.
The other direction from center ice. Rolls it to the middle. Rustin gains the Kennett zone. And stays with her player. Puck bounces up to the line. Empty net.
So at about 1:15, they pulled the goalie here to put the extra attacker. We got a 6-on-5 on the play. Kennett's going to look just to get it out.
Up to the, and then finally moved out. We're under a minute to play.
So the key here is just keep that puck out of the zone for Kennett. We're not necessarily looking for a goal. That'd be great, but we just want to get the puck out of the zone.
He's got a race to get back to it. She gets there in time, banking off a few players. Rustin's able to keep it in the zone. Player gets caught up. There goes down. There's going to be a whistle, and Kennett is going to be shorthanded for the last 40 seconds, assuming nothing else changes, and Kennett's also going to take the timeout.
Another tough play there on penalties. I know Rustin got a tough play earlier when you're battling for that puck and your sticks by the puck and player goes flying over it. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes they allow the heat of the battle, but for this, they're gonna put Neiman in the box for the next minute and a half if needed. If not, if Kennett can kill it off, it'll be for the next 40 seconds.
40 seconds of regulation to see if this game can be decided.
I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the noise here from the crowd, but Rustin's cheering, Kennett's cheering. It's noisy in here.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Championship hockey.
We love to see it. We love the energy. We appreciate everybody's support. I know we've got people watching online as well throughout the country and throughout the world even. So Coach Mike is drawing some plays up here for his players. He's got the players ready to go that he wants on the ice, looking to clear them out. So looks like Rustin's putting out their biggest players.
6-on-4, as Kennett will be shorthanded, and Rustin pulled their netminder.
So again, the difference between high school here with the shorthanded, if you ice the puck, it's icing in middle school. High school, it's going to be no ice in a shorthanded situation, but they're just looking to get the puck out to kill the time.
Puck towards the line, kept in. Rustin to it. Towards the net, Mason will just gather that up in the midsection and hang on.
Swallowed it up, big key there. Again, no rebounds. Able to control that puck.
They'll face off in Kennett's zone once again. Penny will get to it. He'll go all the way around and gets it out to the neutral zone.
Down to 22.
Galloway makes a few moves, comes in. He'll just roll it down low. All the way to the other side. Rustin to it, tied up, still on the puck.
So Kennett wants to eat this puck in the corner as
10
much as
seconds. They roll it to the middle. Opportunity in front. Kennett has a puck or stick on it. They'll battle for it in the slot. Tinney will bank it up and gets it out of the zone as time runs out, and Kennett Middle School wins the championship. So we have multiple championships to celebrate in the Kennett hockey world. High school does it, and middle school does it too.
We got the yard sale on the ice. So exciting to see. So happy for these players. It's like they're picking up their little brothers on the ice there. So excited. They've battled hard all season. What a great way to send it off. So few times do you get to leave a segment. For our 8th graders here, they're going to leave the season with a win. So often teams, no matter what level, you finish it off with a loss because there's only one winner. Kennett's able to pull it off this year. Very excited for the club.
They'll come out and do one of the best things in hockey, the handshake line at the end.
And so much respect goes out to Rustin. These kids battled. You can see the size difference. Kennett's got an overall size advantage here. Tremendous game by them all. Great coach. They played great passes. Great skill. They had some great opportunities, great saves throughout. So much respect to Rustin and a well-run club.
So congratulations once again to Kennett Middle School Ice Hockey, as they are the champions in their division, beating the Rustin Gold team by a score of 3-2, and it was a tough back and forth game. They'll bring the teams out to the blue line. Congratulate both. There's as you mentioned, good support here from the Kennett Ice Hockey family.
Absolutely. We see a number of the high school players coming over to the bench here to congratulate them. So they're coming over with their crowd. I think they're trying to line up for the awards here, but Kennett's looking for a quick picture with their fans in the background. Those are always exciting pictures to get all the fans in the background.
Absolutely.
You appreciate all the support that everybody comes. In the hockey world, you come to the early mornings, the late nights. some of these games, I'll tell you, some of these games, these kids aren't getting home till 10:15, 10:30 on a Sunday night with school the next morning. So they have certainly endured throughout the season, worked hard. Exciting to see this opportunity. The middle school program has been in place for the past 4 years. I know we've had some time before that, but we had some gap. And this is the first championship for Kennett. So proud of all these players and everything they brought, and these coaches as well.
Starting with the runners-up, Rustin, player number 2, Colin Kwitowski. Number 3, Colin Jeffrey. Number 5, Samuel Kaczmarski. Number 10, Nate Weinweber. Number 13, Matt Delonzo. Number 23, Peter Gaffney.
Great game by Gaffney. You see the awards being handed out here by Bud.
Number 27, Will Hoffman.
Bud does a great job of running the league.
Number 38, Lucas Boulos. Number 47, Sean Galloway. Number 48, Lewis Chambers. Number 71, Luke DiBattista. Number 72, Nolan Mell. Number 87, Lucas Cole. Number 91, Henry Walker. And number 98, Logan Rubin.
You know, again, a huge congratulations on a great season to Rustin. I know they've got a lot of down faces right now, but I hope they can come out of this realizing it looks like they've got a lot of young players on the team, great futures ahead of them, and a lot of battles to come in the future.
And for our winning team, Kennett, starting with number 3, Ethan Swallow. Number 6,
Ethan, an 8th
Mason
grader, 4
Stroud.
years. Mason, his first year with the club.
Number 10, Matthias Krupman.
Matthias Pruckmeyer, 8th grader, 4 years with the club.
Number 12, Lily Neiman.
Lily, an 8th grader, 4 years with the club.
Number 15, Nicholas Venatio.
Nick's been with the club a couple of years as well. Seen a ton of tremendous growth from him.
Knox Thomas.
Knox in his 2nd year. He actually started as a 4th grader with us.
Number 21, Miles Peterson.
Miles, the biggest heart you'll ever find.
Number 25, Sean Huffer.
Sean in 5th grade, a significant contributor to this team throughout the year in his first year with the club.
Number 28, Luke Huffer.
His big brother Luke, battling out there on D, putting that medal around his neck. Proud of Luke, such a great kid and a great hockey player. Mason, that brick wall in the net. 7th grade, back for another year next year.
Number 39, Connor Tenney.
Connor's been with the club now a couple of years. Hasn't played hockey his whole life. Kind of picked it up a little bit late, but has shown to be a significant contributor.
Shane Cole.
Look forward to him in high school next year. Shane has been a significant contributor the past couple of years. A great game tonight.
Number 59, Luke Westerman.
Luke Westerman, the other Luke on the team. We like to nickname him L-Dubs. LW. L-Dubs, he's such a good kid, always smiling.
They'll come over and pick up their trophy. Just throwing all of the debris as they head over to the fans.
I think we're going to get one more award handed out here too. So Jack Showers, one of our injured players, is over here. So I think he's going to get one from Bud. So Jack's been battling an injury here. He's a great, significant contributor and one for the future of the team as well.
So they'll go over and take some more pictures there with the Kennett fan base behind them and their championship trophy. So once again, congratulations to Kennett on their championship win. It's great to see the students behind them with all the signs.
Some happy faces tonight.
Yes, indeed. So I want to thank everybody for joining us on this special middle school championship game broadcast.
And a special thanks to you and to Kevin for coming out and contributing to this. Certainly you're able to capture the special moment for all these players for something to remember for a long time.
And as one of the things that we talked about at the end of the high school game, which is nice, is that this being on YouTube, it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. So these players will get to look back and enjoy this for many, many years. So once again, a special thanks to Kevin and to you, Keith. I'm Ed Henry. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next season.